My 15-year-old daughter, Brinley, has been a total teenage nightmare. She's getting into fights, vaping, smoking marijuana, sneaking out at night. When I try to punish her, she just runs away. It's like she's punishing me for punishing her. She figured out she could fit through this tiny laundry room window over here. We put a piece of plywood so she could stop going out. We had to put a board in, siliconed it up here, and then here's the lock up here to stop it from opening this way. Last year, she was at a boy's house, and I called the police and told them where she was at. When the police arrived, she took off running from them, and they had to put her in handcuffs. She's been to the juvenile detention centers about 4 or 5 times. She told me that she loves going there because the guards are so nice to her, and she says they even call her daughter. I need to get my parenting skills in check, or Brinley's gonna continue heading down this road to nowhere.
What do you think about what she's saying?
I think she's very fake. She says that this was all about Jonah. She said not one word about me except that I smoke pot and that I run away. That's all she said. That she said. She's crazy.
I cannot live my life like this, Jonah. You need to make a decision. If you're going to be high, or if you're going to stay sober and be here for your family. My husband, Jonah, is a complete addict. He's addicted to Xanax, Klonopin. Within the last 2 years, I've sent Jonah to 2 different rehabs. He's relapsed after both. I have found alcohol bottles inside the couch. He's even hid alcohol in our vacuum cleaner. Our ceiling isn't finished above the water heater and stuff. So up in here, there's like spaces above the vents where he would hide the bottles up there too. A few years ago, Jonah was drunk, picked up our 3-year-old and was walking with her. You tripped and fell with her, and her face hit the concrete and bruised her entire cheek.
I'm very ashamed.
I am so stressed. I'm losing weight like crazy, and I'm losing my hair.
You don't have to be afraid.
I am afraid. I know I don't have to be, but there's nothing that can stop me from being afraid. I haven't been able to call it quits with Jonah yet because I remember the days when he was sober and how much I loved him.
Okay, so you get that he's seriously impaired.
I do, to a point. I see so many instances where he's not drunk or he's not so far gone like that. And every day I just keep hoping that more and more of those days are gonna come because he wasn't always like that. A month ago, Jonah was sitting in the kitchen with one of our twins. When I asked him where the other baby was, he got up frantically looking for her around the house and couldn't find her. I went out into the garage and she was sitting in her footy, sweaty pajamas in our stroller, and it was 100 degrees that day. Jonah said that he had taken marijuana edibles, but I think that he was on something a lot stronger that made him forget that he left our baby in an overheated garage that could have killed her.
We confirmed that he gave illegal drugs to your underage daughter, and then you said you weren't there, you left him. You've described him as a glorified babysitter, your words.
As my roommate who co-parents with me.
Okay, so you've also described him as a hopeless, relapsing alcoholic addict. And he's your designated babysitter.
My mother lives down the street as well and was supposed to be coming in, checking in on them every single day. I was only gone for 3 days. I had my twins with me, and she was there gonna be helping too. But my mother was down the street, and that was the plan. I originally did not want to leave them with him, but
you did.
But I did.
Okay, so he's your designated babysitter. By the way, who did you turn down as babysitter?
My mother.
Is she a serial killer or something?
No.
Really, who did you turn down to say, okay, let me see, who can I have watch the kids? Let's see, he's left one in the garage at 100 degrees. He dropped one on the pavement and fell on her. He's an addict and an alcoholic, hides booze all over the house and says, oh, he's not interested in stopping because he'll make him feel bad. Yeah, he's good. That's the resume. Alcoholic, drug addict, doesn't want to quit, has put 2 children in physical danger. That's my guy. I'll put him in charge. Seriously? What do you?
She didn't want to go to my mom's. She told me that she was going to help and be there and let me know if anything went wrong.
Leaving
And
them
so
alone with him?
I trusted her, and I wanted her to be happy. I wanted her to. I gave her the choice to stay home and help be with Jonah, or to go have to stay at my mom's the entire weekend. And
I'm not leaving him
But other
alone
than
with
drugs
my
and
sister.
alcohol, he's a decent guy, right?
that when he's not drinking
Yeah.
or anything, yeah, he's wonderful.
Right now, I have no relationship with Brinley. I'll say that I'm gonna stop drinking and doing drugs, and then I don't. Brinley is sick of hearing all the broken promises.
She sees you drinking and she knows about your addictions, and it is making her hate you.
Brinley is completely out of control. I think Brinley does blame me for ruining our family and all of her behavioral issues. I think it's just an excuse.
If he could beat the addiction as easy as we're telling him to beat it, that he would.
You're a grown-ass man. Take responsibility.
I think Cassie's parenting plays a huge part in Brinley's behavior. Cassie is a very reactive person.
If she's done something like her behavior is out of control, I'm just constantly screaming or she's screaming back.
Obviously, I know the crap I do. I need to be punished for it.
Right now, I'm not living with a family. Cassie kicked me out, so I'm living with my mom. Cassie's taking care of the kids and the household all by herself.
I think that you choose your addiction over your family every day.
I'm afraid to stop because I'm afraid to get sick or withdrawal.
And you're more afraid to get sick than to lose us and lose your kids.
Yeah. Like I said, my addiction's made me very selfish.
The longest I've been sober was probably about 1.5 years, and that was like 10 years ago.
I don't want my girls growing up to marry a man like you. I don't want them to go through what I'm going through. If you can't get clean, the only other thing that I can do is get divorced.
I want to get better for my family.
Why couldn't you have just stayed sober today after you woke up 3 hours ago?
Because of my anxiety.
Yeah, I'm desperate to do anything to get sober.
I give it to you for being honest because you said on the tape, I don't intend to quit because I'm selfish and it would make me sick with withdrawal, which would be really rugged as much as you drink. And she said, so you're choosing your alcohol and addiction over your family? And you said, yeah, because this addiction has made me very selfish. So yes, I do choose my alcohol and addiction over you and the family.
Yeah, I do.
So he's told you straight up, he ain't quitting. There was a choice to be made. He made it. You lost. Do you have trouble hearing that? I mean, registering that in your brain? I mean, I know you hear it, but I mean.
I think that Brinley's right. I think that I'm in denial. I think that I want him to be clean and sober so bad for me and for my kids that I think that he's wrong, and I think that it can happen. I think that he can get sober, and I keep hoping every day. I don't want to get divorced and then him get sober, and a year later, and then what? He's been sober for a year, and I'm here stuck taking care of everything still. I don't know why I can't distinguish the difference. I'm taking care of everything now by myself without his help. It's like having a fifth child at home that I'm looking after, making sure he's not falling downstairs or something. And that, I feel like I'm doing that already, so.
No, you're not. She's doing a lot of the mothering.
To
The two
whom?
of you, to the other children. She's changing diapers and feeding babies just like you are.
She is not. She's never home. She's never home. Her friends and Snapchat and Instagram is the most important thing to her. She is not there doing anything. I have to beg her or bribe her that she can hang out with friends while she's there to help me. I have to ask her numerous times to do something. I can't get her to clean her room. I can't get her to do anything. When she is watching a baby, she puts one of them in a bouncer, and she's back on a tablet or a phone. I can't get her to get out of her room to help me. Trust me, when there are times where I have to do something,
why
she
she
changes.
wouldn't want to come out of her room.
Well, I mean, I've
can't
kicked Jonah
imagine
out.
that.
I mean, what more does she want?
I always have a baby in my arm. I'm always feeding a kid. When is she ever over? My grandma, she says my grandma helps. I hear her complaining about me 10 times a day that she don't do for her.
And that is true. And that is
So,
true.
and you're gonna say that Grammy helps more
I'm
than
saying,
me?
no, Grammy doesn't help more than you, but she is there helping. But she can't back up your story because she's
I help
never
more
there
than
either.
him. I even help more than him.
You do. But
As of late.
as of lately, yes.
Okay, so let me get your story straight. You said she doesn't do anything except she helps more than grandmother, and she helps more than Jonah, and she does have been helping of late, and so
Which goes to
she
show you
does
no one else
absolutely
is helping
nothing
me.
except
Right.
she helps more than everybody else.
But this is like 10%. I am doing everything. Everything is on me. But when I say she helps more than them, that shows you how little they do for me, because she's not doing very much. And the reason why I can tell you that is because when we were in family therapy, she expressed that my mother tries to put pressure on her that because he's gone, she needs to step up and help me. That is not right. She is my 15-year-old daughter, and it's not her fault that we had twins. It's not her fault that another baby came into this family, and I don't want to put that on her, and so I don't. And I do not, and she says, Mom, she'll ask me sometimes, do you need anything from me before I go hang out with my friends? And I'll ask her, and she'll do it, and then she'll take off, and, little things here and there. Hold one baby for me while I bathe the other baby. But I try not to, I'm not putting it on her because she says it's very stressful for her, which it should be, and I shouldn't be asking her to step up because my husband's gone. It's not her job to take care of the children. So I'm not putting her down for not helping me more at all. She's my child too, they're not her children. But she does, in order to leave, she will ask me, what do I need? She does help me when I ask. A lot of the time she does.
Which
but
is
I never,
it?
I hardly ever ask for help.
You just said I don't help. Which is it?
Okay,
Which is it?
You're missing the point. You're twisting my words.
Well, may I say something here?
Yes.
You do deserve a husband that helps you, and you don't have one. Because he told you he made a choice and you lost. And she is there, and she does help. I don't know how many percent you want to assign it. It probably would be more if you didn't call her bitch and little when you're mad.
She says she hates me, wishes she would have gotten an abortion with me, pulls me by my hair.
All of which you admit.
Oh, I pulled her by her hair, but I didn't tell her I wish I would have had an abortion.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
We're out of time for today, but there was so much more to cover. You do not want to miss that.
Her husband's an addict,
He left our baby in an overheated garage.
but mom claims it's her daughter who needs help.
She's doing a lot of the mothering.
She is not. She does help me when I ask for
You
help.
just said I don't help. Which is it?
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.